real-time CDE content to and from site. Okay? Today we all know to use CDE effectively, you bring the data back to the office, someone transcribe. That's not very effective. It's always delayed or it's not up to date. So we want to bring it both ways. And integrate here refers to many things. Safety, defects, reworks, progress monitoring, inventory. And there's so much opportunity that's out there. And security. One of the things that we are very concerned about security is workers. Okay? Today, most of the devices are very singular tracking. You go to a gantry, you know he is in there, but you're not sure where he is. Another way is to make it a multi-access. You have a camera that scans everybody and tells you who is what. But, you know, if you suddenly spotted someone that's not supposed to be there, what do? So this also has its own challenges, all right? So what we want to do is make use of tag tracking. So it's a combination of technology to make it more effective. And of course, there's a lot more things like point cloud and 360 view to help you manage progress, live feed videos and images, BIM repository and other big data information. The intent is to make sure content to view, not just information, all right? And like I said, the term that people are using is actually site documentation. So how do we bring site documentation effectively both ways? So that's about it for my slide. Do we take the Q&A at the end of the session, or we can do it now? Anything you guys want to clarify, or you need some time to digress, or what? Just about time. If not, I'll hand over to the next speaker. So maybe at the end of the day, if you guys have anything you want to question, I'll still be around. All right? All right, thank you. What? Okay.
Thank you. Can you pin this to you?
Oh.
This is for this video to catch your voice.
Oh, okay.
Pass you
Testing, testing.
you secure what?
Video. Oh, okay, okay. Testing.
So our next speaker will be Mr. Kenny Teo from Magicsoft.
Everybody, good afternoon. My name is Kenny. I'm one of the founder from Magicsoft. I'm happy to come here. I was graduate 20 years ago. I met one of the lecturer here, still around, and we chat. I'm one of the naughty students many years ago. Yeah, this topic, construction safety with computation BIM, with the bracket AI, is quite challenging subjects, and we adding AI simply because there is one research project doing with Yusuf's team and Dr. Tan teams, and we deploy in Soybuild and Sumizu projects, and I would like to share with you today. On top of that, I'll share with you Thomson East Coast Line, how they use data and BIM, not AI, they use big data analytics to check whether the structures is safe or not. So these documents were posted at the Trello, which is maintained by Poon, me. So you can, if you're a member, you can share some useful documents. Yeah. So it's from here. When you click, it will come here. And because I have only 30 minutes, I can only create a link, hyperlink. So like for instance, if you want to know what is big data solution, you can click here. Many topics we're talking about, above ground, underground, including the Edmund mentioned about IoT sensors. We divided into 5 categories, like underground activity, real-time monitoring, tunnel, above ground, IoT sensor instrument, worker asset, BIM integration, defect, and workers. Yeah, this is over past about 10 over years experience. It's also great to, we have a guest from Japan, Kappa, Representative Miss Miho. She is keen to deploy CTMS back to Japan. And of course, Japan, there will be also challenges in terms of languages, culture, authority, regulation, things like that. So she'd like to find out more and probably talk to one of you. Yeah. So there are many challenges in constructions. Provide real-time update information. VCA always promote digitization. A lot of our clients asking why everything need to digitize. Without digitization, there are many things you can't do. For instance, just now, geofencing, what Eamon explained, that is one of the aspects. Other than that, you also need to feedback to many different modules for safety, for AI model. I will explain later. Lack of information like structures, materials, schedules. So in constructions, their schedule always important. You have to match schedule. But then when we try to match schedule, there's no structures information. There's no BIM structures in information. Whether you can do this or do that. And always, to match the schedule, we had to quickly come out of 2D planning and then filing for approval, then we start our works. Material is one aspect. So material can be kept inside Excel spreadsheet. That is considered very good because if you can keep inside Excel spreadsheet, it's part of the digitization process. Yeah, we have clients, they don't even keep inside Excel spreadsheet. It's a hard copy. So then, another challenge is how to create a cost-effective solution for monitoring safety for work environment. Like what Eamon said, when you want to maintain the IoT gateway, we call it IT gateway, from one level to another level, you have to move the device and gateway. That is one challenge. Yeah, and also the data. How frequently the data come back. So for the past 2 years, we have been sourcing around the world from Europe, US, and China, and Taiwan. We found some very good IoT sensors, and they are very advanced. I myself also visited the China factory last year. It really opened up our eyes. Yeah, and we always thought that we are advanced. We consider an advanced country, and actually China have a lot of IoT sensors, and it's very cheap, yeah, cost effective. So MagicSoft is focused on the platform. We try to build a platform where we can integrate with different technology like IoT sensors, automatic car template detections, BIM server, and so on. So we always think from our client aspect, how much is the cost, so that we can help them. Yeah. And then next is another challenge is how to get all the trade to use the BIM and to look at the BIM when the job started. Okay. So you see here we have a IoT sensors. You click here. So 5G integration, we are lucky to have invited to be one of the tester now in NYP, Nanyang Polytechnics. Thanks for BCA introductions. We talked to Mr. O. They want to try out CTMS in their lab. So IoT video is one of them. Video analytics. Currently, we have quite a number of videos. We test out for 10. Like this one on the right-hand side top, that one is thermal. So why thermal important? Like whole work. After whole work, what will happen? If the worker is not around at site, will it cause fire? Is there any material on site which can incompatible with the whole works, things like that? So all this can be detected And we also deploy at the tunnel where we check the intrusions, see anyone go in, helmet detections, intrusions, main count. Yeah, like this. This is what some of the video analytics. And through the research projects, we found that actually AI is not a rocket science, in fact. My son also learning AI now. And we realized that what we need is to pump in more data and to get more accurate, like the helmet detections. So currently the helmet detection is not just detect the walkers. Our client also say that if there's any one walk pass, like beside the work site, they also want to know. Yeah. So CTMA is a browser-based system. We try to help our client can access from their mobile browsers to define the area, demarcation, the detection zone. So this is one of the requirements in tunnel. This is very challenging. They're looking at the tripod where you can like plug and play. I set it up, I turn on my camera, and he can detect my workers. He can transfer the video through the hub. Because in tunnel, there is no signal. So you have to use Wi-Fi. Then finally use 4G to transfer out the data. We work with Singtel, and surprisingly, our unlimited 4G plan is quite cost effective. It's only about $100. Yeah. So of course, our client is happy. We save cost for them. So this is the substations. As I say, my team is a software house. We learn throughout the process. We tell the solar panel vendors how to do, what is the requirements. So they keep improving the requirements on the devices. Yeah, this is what the so-called the geofencing Edmund say. So like this, you can see if I have few projects in Singapore, I can see the asset. I will demonstrate to you if I got more time. You can check the asset, whether it's moving, not moving, workers, things like that. Yeah. So beacon and NSC. NSC is already widely deployed in the payment gateway, in MRT station. You can use your card, your phone to tag. So when you use the workers, when you use the phone or supervisor use the phone to tag the equipment, the inspection checklist will come up and he will indicate the location and the asset information. So they will just check, take photo and then submit. Through this, the system will later trigger the alert whether it's inspected or not. Then the other one is the beacon. So beacon, you can use the formula, triangulate the workers through the 3 different gateways. This beacon is a sensor. It's a ruggedized sensor. You can, it's waterproof. It can be dropped 1.7 meters. It's equipped inside the helmet. And we tested, so far it's okay. Every minute, it will send a low Bluetooth energy, signals. And in the beacon, there's also an emergency button where you can press it when there's any incident happens. So it can be a key change form. Yeah, below is the NSE. So this is the alert modules. Yeah, currently our alert. At first we use SMS. Our client jump. I'm overseas. Why you send me so many? Then we send through email. They say, so many email. It jam my normal emails. So we have no choice. At the end of the day, we find a platform, Telegram. Yeah. So far, it's working fine, and it's free. So there are many use cases we do. One of the like confined space tunnel, you can use beacons, yeah, motion detection, thing like that. So warehouse. So this is the features for like proximity, temperature, humidity, motion, activity, XYZ. So XYZ is not just in, XYZ is like they want to detect the behavior of the workers. Like for instance, our client say, I want to know how he work when he do confined hot work at the confined space. So with this sensor, he can slowly understand this worker's pattern. That's why later we have to build a credit system, a worker credit system, where the AI will tell the workers, this is probably to do this job. The AI will say, you can assign to this group of workers. If you want to find out more, I got another slide. But I will try to quickly, this is the thermal. Yeah, thermal sensors. Okay, so in the construction site, when you enter to the site, gantry, we use facial recognitions. One of our clients, they use 2FA. 2FA means I need to have a card, authorized card, then I tap, then I have to scan either my face or finger. Then after that, when I go in, all the gateway will monitor me. Of course, the thing like escalator also being monitored. So if there's a no-man zone, the system will trigger. So my OT, we also, as a software house, we have a lot of inquiry from other industry. So got some leads say, is it used for oil and gas? Can you use, what is CTMS? CTMS stands for Construction Management System. So then we have to make our module to be modularized, yeah, so that we can bring it to the other industry. Okay, so let me close it. Yeah. Construction is a very complex process. As you can see, there are many process input, different type of input, materials, and then outputs. So if you want to digitize your data and then it captures